Good morning, guys. I am Mama Bear to Many. I am mom to 14 children. 12 of my children are still living here under this roof at home. And those ages of those children are from 22 down to, my little one just turned 2, but we are also expecting a baby probably October-ish. I'm not quite sure. I have a date, but I don't know what the date they're going to actually end up working on and all that type of stuff. Anyway, so I thought that I would do a little bit. This is like 7 days of my voice still sounding like this. So if it seems like every video I'm honky, like my voice is like all like horrible, yeah, it still is. It's just been this really weird bug. And nobody else lost their voice except for me. Everyone else was more like sinusy. Some people ended up vomiting. Yeah, just really weird, but I am the one who is like super honky. So I thought today I would just do kind of an informal video and go over. I hope this can be helpful for someone. I feel like I'm supposed to do this video, but to me it kind of seems a little silly. I figured that I would tell you kind of how I'm planning such a busy season in our life. This is May 1st today, and May is a super busy month for our family. And I wanted to go over how I plan busy seasons like that and what's going to happen from this month forward. So I usually have like a mental plan of what I need to get done in the month, but then I also have a mental plan of what I need to get done that week. And sometimes I'll end up writing those things down, and then sometimes I'll break it down to day by day and write those things on the board. So I don't know if you can see this or not. See all that stuff over there? I bought the bathtub yesterday. Yep, I did. I ended up buying the bathtub and the back shower unit. If you have not been here, I am trying to save up to redo our bathrooms so we can actually have 2 bathrooms. We do have a plan. I bought 2 toilets the month before, and we're doing it on a budget. So I have the 2 toilets. Now I have the shower and the tub, and I also have $400 to use towards plumbing type stuff, which means the first thing that I'm going to end up doing is installing the shower and the backboard. The headset, like shower spray, that type of stuff, is coming on Friday. So that needs to get worked in to our crazy plans of the month. May for us is huge planting month. We homestead. We have so much to do in the month of May. We have a very, very short window, a very, very short season. So it's hard for us to stagger these things out. It's more like, okay, you should have planted all of that yesterday. And so it makes May to be a really busy month. At big truck going by. I'm looking out my window kind of as I'm looking at you guys, and there's just like this massive crane type truck that went by, and it's not like blueberry season. Usually we get these big, because we have fields of like blueberries, and so they have these big crazy trucks that come like during that season, but it is not that. That's usually July and August. Okay, getting done this month, we have all the high tunnel needs to get planted. We have the garden next to the high tunnel. All that needs to get planted. We have over in the tree garden where we have all of our bushes, trees, that type of stuff. We still have some trees that need to get pruned. That needs to get done like today. Those need to get pruned. And then there are a couple beds over there. I say a couple. I'm thinking like 10 beds that need to get planted over there. So we'll need to weed those out and then plant those. There's also a section up front that I think I'm going to plant potatoes. So what I want to try to do, I think maybe this morning, I'm going to write it on the board, I think, is take some of our weed mat and make sure that it's over there so it's killing all the weeds, so that when we are ready to plant it, then we can just go over there and not have to pull a bunch of weeds, or they'll be looser or whatever like that. So that is the plan for that garden. I also have a blueberry garden out front that that I did the blueberries the other day. You'll probably see that in the video. I think maybe yesterday. Yeah, I think I'm going to put this out on the 2nd, so it would have been the 1st that I put that out. The blueberry garden, we already did all this stuff with the blueberries, and we put the strawberries in. But there is a section along the front that needs to get planted. And there's also a section next to that little, what used to be a chicken coop, that greenish building. That section over there will need to get planted as well. And then from there, we have to see if we actually had enough room to put all of our stuff. Another thing is I think we're going to get the chickens that we have roaming about. We need to get, there's a green chicken building. You guys probably see it like right off my driveway. That chicken building, all that fencing needs to come down. And we need to take the the fencing that's on top, all that type of stuff down. All of that will need to come down, and I might end up planting in that garden there. So those are the things that I need to get planted. And then there's tons of other things that need to happen. We are supposed to have, so the piglets, their first day that they can go is today. So we have somebody picking up 2 piglets this morning, and we've kind of just rearranged times for people to pick up pigs. So the piglets are going to be going. And then I also have arranged with a gentleman to trade some of our bigger piglets, which were born in September. We're trading some of those towards a bull. I don't know. We might need to put some cash. I think we have 6 or 7 piglets left from that litter. So that would be traded to him. And then we are getting a bull in exchange for those animals. I do not know. There might also be cash exchange. We just have to see, like, I don't know how old the bull is. I think it's a yearling. And it just depends. When you're trading, you really want to make sure that you're trading like equal value. So I'm not quite sure at this point. I know that the prices of beef or of cows have gone up, so we want to make sure that that is a fair trade. Pigs have also gone up. Like pigs this year, the cheapest that I've seen, I'm selling them for $125. The cheapest that I have seen is $130. We are actually purchasing a piglet for $130 so that we have some new stock into our little family of pigs. So we have also gone through our pigs and seen who's going to be staying here and who's going to be going. We also are going to need to butcher Mama Pig, which when we do that, we have to make sure we have like 3 days in a row to be able to do that, because it is getting warmer here. She will be butchered, and then we will take care of that carcass the next day. So it's not going to be like a long drawn out process. I need to do that today. I want to buy some more sausage links. We'll clean out the intestines to make sausages, but I know last time I wanted to do a bunch of sausage for links. There wasn't enough. So I'm going to buy some casing to be able to do a bunch of links. And we're going to do that because it's summertime and people like putting hot dogs or my lips got really dry with this cold. So I think you've probably seen me putting on chapstick quite a few times. Because we like to put hot dogs over the fire or on the grill or whatever during the summertime. So we are going to be doing that as well. They cleaned out the trailer the other day so that we could get my husband's stuff into the trailer, like his tools and that type of stuff into the trailer. And when we were doing that, we found a bunch of wool that we needed to wash. And so we have 3 big totes of wool that needs to get washed. There's like a construction crew, like right, what are they doing? Well, they're like right in front of where the cabin is. So I was just trying to see what they were doing there. They might just be pulled over to like tighten some things down or something. So we have all of that wool that needs to get cleaned. I probably will clean that once we get the majority of the plants out into the high tunnel, because those shelves that I have in the front room, I'm probably gonna, once we clean it, we're gonna put it on those shelves so it can dry out, because it takes a while to dry out. So we need to do all of that. Plus, we need to shear the sheep that we do have that still, we have some Katahdins that don't need to be sheared. But the Jacobs that we do have that need to be sheared will need to get sheared this month. So that's always a fun thing. Usually my oldest daughter and my husband end up doing that, especially if I am pregnant, because man, they can be they can be pains. Anyway, that's something that they do, and they do really well. My daughter, my oldest daughter, she is really good with the sheep. Those are kind of like her thing. And so, yeah, so the sheep will need to get sheared. All that wool needs to be taken care of. And then the wool that comes off their backs is going to need to be taken care of. So we're going to have to like rotate through that as far as cycles and stuff go. So I hope to video that process for you guys, for anyone who is interested. And then we will bag that, or we will get that situated, because then we will need to be carding that wool. So we'll probably put that to the side, and then like in our free time we'll be carding wool, so that we'll be able to spin it or felt it. So we need to take care of wool this month. We actually had to throw away a bunch because we had animals nesting in some of it. So we really want to take care of this and not just put it off to the side and not take care of it. So that will need to be taken care of this month. We will be getting the bull, which means all of our fencing that's completely screwed up back there because of the rain, yeah, we're going to have to take care of all of that. So he is coming, or around, somewhere around the 11th, 12th, something like that, around that weekend. They had talked about, like, when my husband was home, like around that weekend, that's when they're going to be doing the trade-off. So that means next weekend we have to get posts in the ground, which means we need to go way out to the back of our woods and cut some cedar posts, and literally we put them on our shoulders and bring them back so we have posts, which is a lot of work. But we will have those posts. The area that we're doing, we will have some area already that already has posts that I just need to cement in. So I also need to find in our budget money for the fencing, for the things that we need, and for the section that we need. I'm doing one section at a time. So the section that we are going to actually put him in, I need to get fencing for, and then the cement for the posts that already that need some repairs over the other side. We need to get some cement for those posts where the sheep and the cow will be like connected together. So those two things are going to need to happen this coming pay period. So I need to figure that out, how much we need. I'll measure that off as far as lengthwise to go across, to see how many how much we're going to need to go across there, and figure that out. So that's really like a project that could take all month long, but it needs to get done like in a few days. So we have like 11 days to do that, along with getting the gardens in, at least the high tunnel. The high tunnel definitely needs to get in by the 11th, and then the gardens will go after that. But so the high tunnel, the number one thing is going to be the high tunnel and the fence for the bull. So that will be next. Those will be the first things that we do, and then we'll do the shearing and that type of stuff after. Once the plants start to go out, we can be doing like a batch a day or something like that of the wool, because the wool takes a lot of work. It is not easy to do wool. Anyone who has like taken raw wool and actually done that, it's a lot of work. First, you have to pick through it all to get any burrs and things out, and then you need to wash it, almost like a 3-part cycle of washing. And yeah, it's a lot. So those are things that we need to do. We also have quite a bit of appointments that need to happen this month. We are having a camping trip at some point this month, which is like 3 days, nothing really big. I think it's like 2 nights. It's local, nothing big, that we're going to have. We also will need to make sure, I think that we're going to, before that happens, make sure that our waterers are all automatic before then. Not for the high tunnel. I did get one set of sprinklers for the high tunnel, and then I need to get the other side. It's $500 per set. I bought one. I'm hoping that I come up with enough money to get the other one this coming month, so it would be all set up for June. So we can probably, once we get half of the high tunnel set up, we can probably set up the watering system for half of that system there. Now, those are all the things that are like top priority, right? Other things that I want to get done would be that bathroom. And also in the cabin, there's quite a few things. The boys had taken apart a bunch of pallets, and so we can work on that pallet wall there. I was going to get a urine diverter. It's like $70 now for a urine diverter. So I'm kind of thinking maybe I'm going to try to look up to see if I can make my own. I don't know, $70 so you can like pee and poop different seems like in different containers seems like a lot of money. But I'm sure I can find some DIY type thing in order to do that. So looking that up. I also, the shower that we're taking out of our house, I want to find a space to store that. We don't have very much space. A space to store that so that I'm thinking I could maybe make like an outside shower behind the cabin and have like a camp shower set, because we actually have the gutter along the cabin. There's a gutter along there. And then I have like a container that could hold all that water. And so I'm kind of thinking, like my brain is working, that I could use that and then have that for the shower setup. So I was thinking, well, I could build an outside shower using our old shower stuff, at least the bottom of it, using the old shower stuff. And then I'd be able to, so it doesn't get like the ground doesn't get muddy and stuff, because it hasn't sold yet. I'm trying to sell it. I bought the thing for like over $3,000, and I'm trying to sell it for $300, and nobody has come to look at it. So I'm thinking I could use that bottom thing and then maybe make an outside shower, which would be really cool. I'd use like one of those camp units that you like hang up. But if we went to a lake or something, then the kids could just go and like rinse themselves and then be done. I don't know, just a thought. But that obviously is not on the top of my priority list. But finding a spot for this shower in here when we do whatever is kind of on my priority list, because I am thinking about that, right? So those are the things that are happening this month, and that's kind of like my main goal and go through. Things inside of the house would be, I need to get all my kids' schoolwork ready to be submitted to a teacher for evaluation. That needs to happen once a year. The kids' schoolwork gets evaluated by a teacher, and then we submit that to the state. That's like per state laws. So that needs to happen. I also need to go through all of our summer, spring, that type of stuff, clothing, and make sure that we have plenty of things for the kids out. I saw quite a few of their clothes look pretty ratty because they're playing in the mud and all that type of stuff. So I'll take buttons off that, and then those will go in the trash. I also will need to write a list of things that I might need to purchase at a thrift store in order to do that. We are also having a yard sale this month. So going through all that stuff before I have a yard sale would be absolutely wonderful. And then having that yard sale, I'm thinking maybe the 3rd week. I have to see what date that is. I can't remember, but we are going camping at some point, so I want to have it like at some point. I don't know. We're having a yard sale this month. And in the yard sale, I think I'm also going to put out one of my couches so that I'll probably just give that to somebody if they want. It has some tears and stuff in it. I want to get another one. I'll probably look at the thrift store to see if we can get another one. Because we like to have plenty of seating for everyone, and then if people come over, honestly, it's kind of weird, but you need like 4 couches. Yeah, when you have a big family, you need like 4 or 5 couches, or some massive couch, but massive couches usually cost a lot of money. It's a lot cheaper to get a bunch of smaller couches that you can put together to make into what you need. So that is goals for that. That also means if we're having a yard sale that I need to go through some things in order to, there's a couple more areas I need to go through in order to put it into the yard sale. Okay, things I have planned especially for you guys. I'm actually pretty excited. I wrote a list the other day, and what it is going to be is I spend $100 a month per person for our groceries. And so I wanted to, I think some people here are trying to start, and they don't know where to start, right? They're like, okay, I understand that you guys have a good working food pantry, which I talk about a lot, but how do I start that? How do I get there? How do I, on a budget, how do I have that money extra to be able to do that? So I created a menu for May, and it's probably going to be, it can't be, I know it can't be the first week in May. It's probably going to have to be like after the 11th, once we get the main stuff that has to get done here, as in the high tunnel and my fencing for the bowl that's going to come, that has to come first. So I'm thinking probably May 13th, 14th, 15th, something like that week there. And I'm going to take a week. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you to the grocery store. Instead of doing my normal grocery store, my normal grocery haul where I'm shopping mainly for the month, I'm going to just break it down to 1 week for you guys. And I am going to take and show you what I'm getting for that week. And if I didn't have anything at the house, get the groceries for the week, and then show you all the meals that I am making for that week, so you could do the same thing. And then you'll see at the end of the week how much I have left over, and that would kind of be like something that could be added to the pantry. So then the following week after that, that's when I'll do the rest of my big grocery shopping there. But I wanted to show you guys and to break it down for you guys, like what you can do, how to stretch meals, how to eat real nutritionally dense foods on a budget like I'm talking about, because I think that it just might be overwhelming for some people who haven't done it before. And I'm finding a lot of families and stuff, they are trying to save money because of this inflation. It's just ridiculous. They're trying to save money, but they're really confused, and they're putting so many carbs and so many fillers into their food, and they're not eating nutritionally dense foods. And that's okay. I'm just saying, like, I want to give you guys an option if you want to eat nutritionally dense foods, that maybe this is something that you could look at. Maybe this would work for your family. So that is my plan, to hopefully bring it to you guys around that week after like the 12th. I think Sunday is the 12th. Because Saturday is bowl day. Yeah, I think probably I'll go shopping that Monday maybe, and then I'll do it for a week so you guys can just see what I'm doing and how you guys might be able to use that and do that. I also would like to I did a spur of the moment the other day just with beef stew. If I have other like simple meals, I'm gonna try to remember to get the camera out and just spur of the moment, hey, this is cheap, this might work for you guys, because we all need to be together so that we can save this money, because it is crazy out there. The inflation is just crazy. With everything, like literally like projects, like for the bathroom, projects that I had for the bathroom, or for like the chicken coop. When I started the chicken coop, now the chicken coop all was done within a couple weeks, and the wood that I bought at the beginning was $2.99 for the 2x4s for economy studs, and then by the end of it, 2 weeks later, it was $3.49. So we had moved up 49 cents, and then so everything like that has gone up. So it's really hard to stay in a budget because you don't know what you're going to be paying next week. Okay, I think that is like the basic of overview of things that we're going to do. There's probably a million more other little things that need to get done because that's what happens. Oh, and we're supposed to feed people in between all the time of doing this stuff. So freezer meals will really come in handy this month, as will maybe some quick meals that are cheaper, and maybe I can share with you some of those that I might do. If we start getting things from the garden, which won't be much if we do anything. We usually don't get anything until late June. Yeah, trying to make some meals and stuff with that stuff, but I think we'll have like radishes, right? So yeah, I think that's about the overview for the month, just mentally what I'm thinking needs to or is happening or whatever. So I hope you all, how do you guys plan? Do you guys plan out for the month? Do you plan out for the week? Do you plan out for the day? How do you get all this stuff accomplished when you have so much to do? I mean, some days it can just be overwhelming. I think some days you just stand there like, okay, what do I do next? I have no clue. What am I doing? I just stand there and I'm like, what needs my attention most? If somebody is screaming, crying, hurt, something, obviously that's coming first. If somebody needs a little extra love, that's coming first. And then food comes next. These people need to get fed, feed, whatever. Yeah, feed, fed. I don't know. It's still early. I don't even know if it's 7 o'clock yet. Anyway, people need to eat. So we need to feed them next. That's the next thing that needs to happen. And then it goes to, for me, like I would go to putting stuff in the high tunnel, even though I really want that bathroom done, because that's going to feed us. And so that's top priority. That's number one for me to get that food in the ground. So how do you guys prioritize? I hope you all are busy. I hope you guys are as busy as me. Let me know down in the comments below if you guys are super busy. Maybe if you are warmer, maybe last month looked like this for you guys. But let's just encourage one another down in the comments, what people are doing for inflation, how they plan things, what works for them. I see so many people like cross commenting, which I absolutely love. Okay, I should say at the beginning of the video, can you please give me a thumbs up? Because if you like this video, even like this much, I guess a thumbs up really helps the algorithm. And if you are not subscribed, we would love to have you part of this family. And yeah, so I hope you all have a blessed and wonderful day.